having you and Catherine present in our home in Key West at this celebration. It's a real honor, and I very much appreciate it, and hopefully can continue in some way to promote the concepts that we have laid down in the ocean color programs within the Office of Naval Research, and many other universities have picked up quality discipline courses that help advance this aspect of the ocean sciences. I think most of us today in this group think of ocean optics as an integral part of the ocean science. 40 years ago, when I started, it was not. There was not one school within the United States that was actually teaching courses in ocean optics. There were plenty of faculty members that were doing ocean optics, but they were not literally associated in a classroom type atmosphere to present radiative transfer and absorption and things of that sort. So we, in 40 years, have essentially developed a discipline. I think it was John Cullen who made the statement, a very distinguished biological oceanographer, that all biological oceanographers are ocean optical oriented. So that's coming right from the heart of the science, from a very distinguished biologist. They don't want anymore. There's no more saying that we were crazy with the idea of using color to examine distributions of phytoplankton. And I guess as an older person, I'm getting a little annoyed at times the fact that we aren't moving faster into essentially plotting events within the ocean that are important to the dynamics of the growth of phytoplankton and other organisms. A number of years ago, gave a talk at the Franklin Institute outside of Boston. It's a very distinguished institute of some sort, of men of letters and things of that sort. Of course, he was a very distinguished man, and he was, at the time, he was director of Woods Hole Oceanographic. He stood up at this talk, and one aspect he was trying to make in this talk were that universities were not a place to teach ocean science. And his reasoning was that the ocean sciences were too diverse, too interrelated for people to come together and make contributions. I think that's what it was. With Columbus, occasionally you had to guess. But I think that's the point he had to make. One point I think that comes out of this, it was well placed, because he came out of Harvard. He was a professor at Harvard as well. And that place is very structured and very non-integrated in some respects. And you can look through the newspapers today and find that they're having all kinds of problems within their faculty of people not integrating well. And we're at a period of time in I think our growth in optics, that we need to be working well together. And that's one of the things that the CZCS program, the Ocean Color program, did. It brought a number of people with rather different views together, and we made a system that worked, you know. I'm sure that in the future this is going to happen again. Yes. One of the crying shames occurred while CZCS, in its groupings of scientists, were coming together, was the University of California at San Diego decided, is that right?
Mm-hmm. At Scripps.
At Scripps, decided to close the visibility lab. It was a unique laboratory, internationally and nationally. And they got all kinds of letters and all of this, and it didn't seem to make any difference. And I knew a number of the faculty members, some of which were on that committee, and they said that they couldn't find a way to fit it into the university system. Well, that kind of proved that Columbusism might have something. The idea that they had guys doing optics to the degree that they did it, which was first rate, and as I say, well recognized everywhere, was not welcome within the university system. I hope we've gotten past those kinds of situations as our science grows. Let me just say, on closing on that, I would say that the improvements in instrumentation have been a major step in the optics programs, and that's been sponsored largely by NASA and the Office of Naval Research, I think, and the types of instrumentation make the older instruments of optics look pretty crude, and I put the Secchi disc in that as well. But in any case, I think we're all going to be happy to have this types of instrumentation when we can kind of formulate from our observations what the important problems looking at from space at the oceans are going to show us. So thank you guys very much again for coming all the way from the university down here, and let's just hope University of Miami wins today.